It is 7:19, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Your WeatherTap.com forecast for Bowie County looks like this for today. Partly cloudy. Look for a high today of 88 degrees. We got a chance of rain coming in for tomorrow and tomorrow night, looks like. But today is going to be a rather nice day. A little humid, but still nice. Coming up tomorrow, 20% chance of showers and storms. Cloudy tomorrow, high of 88. Tomorrow night, 20% chance of showers and storms. Some could be severe tomorrow night. Look for a low tomorrow night of 68 degrees. Right now, cloudy and 70 in the Arklatex. It is my pleasure once again to welcome in the studios Bowie County Judge Sterling Lacy. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Jeff.
All right, Commissioner's Court meeting yesterday. This was one of the ones that people really got involved yesterday, or at least I say involved. There's a lot of talk about what was going on yesterday in Commissioner's Court. You guys are looking at, of course, the Commissioner's Court, Bowie County Commissioner's Court, the only governmental entity, I think, in this area that does not have a place for public comments. And you guys are trying to fix that.
Yes, Jeff, we're not going to talk about the 1.59% refinancing of the road grader.
No, not today. That's the sausage making I talk about. That government's like sausage making. You may enjoy the end product, but you don't want to know how it's made.
Wow, we go right to the issue.
That's
yes,
right.
We had a committee working for what, about 6 weeks or so. Well, 2 months, I think. Have been working on
And why did it take so long?
I don't know.
Because on the committee was Commissioner Pat McCoy. I can't say Bowie County. I can't say Bowie County attorney Carol Dalby. What's her official title? It's a legal advisor.
Legal advisor to the Commissioner's Court.
And then Commissioner Blackburn.
Yes.
And they came up with something that is 80% within the Open Meetings Act law, as far as verbatim, and then 20% is stuff that they added to it. Basically, correct?
And basically, what I said about the 80%, they were following a guideline that the Texas Association of Counties has put out for all 254 counties.
Sure.
And that's designed to be within the open meetings law. Yes.
Some of the things that I heard personally about this is, one, limiting people to 3 minutes. Do you know the thought process behind that?
I do not. That came out of the committee. The standard that's put out by TAC, Texas Association of Counties, is 5 minutes.
Really? So they're limited. So they're going from 5 to 3. Because I know that is at the city council is 5 minutes. Because 3 minutes seems a little short in order to get your point across to somebody. That's just my opinion. Also, within that, it says that the commissioners can actually vote to lengthen or shorten someone's talk in front of them.
Right. And I'm not sure why that's in there, but that came from TAC also.
Yeah. Oh, that did. So that is within the Texas Association of Counties, within their guidelines?
Within their interpretation of open meetings laws and all.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I guess I tend to look at the glass half full. I'd seen where if we have an interesting item, which is the way that is worded, matters of exceptional interest, the court may, by a majority vote of the members of the court in attendance to the meeting, either shorten or lengthen. Well, I looked at the lengthen thing, and I thought, that's good. If we have a lot of citizens want to comment, especially something on the agenda. Now, that's a change I brought about, Jeff. And that is basically the state guidelines limited people to comment about what's on the agenda.
Sure.
Okay. But I wanted to broaden that out where it can be on the agenda or it can be anything under the jurisdiction of the Commissioner's Court. And that way the public isn't limited to just what we were going to talk about that day.
Sure. But how does one define exceptional interest, though? Because someone could say a commissioner who has an issue with someone who is in the audience is wanting to speak, they could say this is exceptional interest and we're going to vote to shorten their time. I tend to look at the glass half empty when it comes to government.
I noticed that, Jeff.
I don't trust government.
Now you make it sound like there's people sitting in the audience and they get to stand up and make public comment and all. They have to get on the agenda in effect by filling out a form
15 minutes in advance
and submit it at least 15 minutes ahead so we have time to organize those together. And it allows in there if there's an issue that like 6 people are commenting on or more than 6, then we're going to try to get 3 on each side.
But how do you know who's on which side, though?
Well, we'll ask them.
Okay, now
we'll ask who's for this agenda item, who's against it, signed in. Okay. But that's one of the things stipulated by the state organization. That is, we can't just have 6 people from one side and there's people from the other side wanting to speak.
Sure.
There's an effort to try to balance that out. Now, how you would write that in the rules where it couldn't be misused in any way whatsoever, I don't know.
But also, too, if you've got something that 80% of the people are for, 20% are against, to allow 3 and 3 gives a false perception, does it not?
I don't know about perception. In other words, we want to hear from both sides.
Yeah.
It was designed to make sure we heard from both sides.
I see. Now, it also says there that they have to turn in these forms to the presiding officer of the court that day. You're in probate before that happens, correct? And so most of the time, now that's going to be difficult to give you that form if you're not there, right?
I'm in my office. No, we've moved probate court so that when we have commissioners court on Mondays, I don't do probate court on Monday.
Okay.
So I am available in my office until a quarter till, and my administrative assistant is there until a quarter till.
Okay, so
that'd be easy for them to come by my office and leave that off.
Okay, so then they have to get, where do they get the form then?
Once we approve it, we'll make the forms available. They can be available from any commissioner, any office. They will have them at the reception desk at the courthouse if you want.
Okay, so then I'd get the form and I'd get it to your office, or would I take it upstairs to the commissioner's court?
Well, I won't be up there. The best thing would be bring by my office.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm usually not in there 15 minutes ahead of court.
Yeah. Very quickly, business attire. Can we get that out of there?
Now, everybody needs to contact their commissioner. Tell them how they can get this on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody needs to contact their commissioners and my office, as far as that goes, and let us know what you think about the guidelines.
Yeah. I tell you right now, I don't like them. But you know that, though. You knew that. Yeah, thank you, sir, for coming by. I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, Jeff.
7:26, 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Coming up next, we got business news from Fox, followed by Arclatax Regional News, and then Pastor John Miller talking about the alcohol issue. That's all coming up. This is the Voice of Freedom.